Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Beyond the Cards with the lovely Miss Brigitte from Eyes of the Dragonfly and me from Tarot with an Attitude, Reverend Robley. Wow, how you doing? How are you tonight, Miss Brigitte?
I'm good. How about yourself?
I'm good. I'm tired, but I'm good.
Yeah.
I actually feel really well. So, or whatnot. I think tonight's going to be fun. We're talking about the postcards from Spirit, and I've already seen a couple. Like Cynthia's got a question in here or whatnot, and we're going to be using oracle cards tonight. We're doing something a little different. So we'll be doing readings. Everybody, get your question posted. Get it in there, okay? But tonight we're going to be using oracle cards, and everybody that asks a question is going to get a postcard from Spirit. This is a great deck. And actually, Brigitte gave me the deck. And it's another deck by Colette Baron Reed, kind of doing a Colette Baron Reed deck night tonight,
Yeah.
So, we're going to have a good time. We're just going to chill, find out what's going on, everything else. So let's start with a prayer. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Our most gracious and loving Heavenly Father, the Divine Mother, Spirit, Universe, the All, we say thank you for all the gifts. Put a protecting light around us. Make that light radiate from within us and put a block around anybody coming or going from this show. Make sure that if they're in the audience, that only things from you, of your higher conscious, your higher spirit, can come in and touch. Nothing that's not of the light is not permitted. May we hear your messages, and may your messages come through and not ours. And all we ask it, so mote it be. And you know what I do? I want to say hello to everybody, but I noticed in scrolling, Brigitte noticed it. Shar, welcome back. Good to see you. Glad you are here. And there's Miss Deborah. We were wondering where Miss Deborah was. So
I don't see Deborah.
Yeah, exactly. So we're going to get this party started right here. And Miss Cynthia asks a great question. A lot of people don't know this. I'm not sure how oracle cards work. If possible, can you please tell me how next week is going to go? Going on vacation. Guess where she's going, Brigitte?
Yeah, we talked about it. Just Salem. Yep.
Going to Salem, and Gillian and I are going to run down and meet her for lunch one day. So we're going to get to meet in person. I am so looking forward to that. It's going to be so much fun. Oracle cards, folks, it is, the deck is independently done. They have no structure system other than whatever the creator decided for that deck. So like when we say the Two of Pentacles, we know what the pentacles are. They follow a structure. And if you've got the book I've talked about, you can get it down below. There's a structure to a tarot deck with different cards that mean different things or whatnot, or at least give you a basis of a meaning. Cups being your emotional state. It can cover anything from total elation to absolute murder. It's your whole range of emotions. With wands being that fire, that driving spirit. Some people associate it with your spiritual world. But that willpower is one of the biggest things. Those are different things. In a oracle deck, that oracle deck has standalone numbering, standalone artwork. And a lot of times, I don't know, Brigitte, you tell me if you've seen the same thing. In an oracle deck, sometimes the numbers matter and sometimes they don't. It's just a way so you can look up a card.
Right. Yeah. So you can look up in the book and find the card. Sometimes they list them in the book alphabetically. If there's like this one says, consider the options.
Yeah.
And it's got a little blurb. So this doesn't have a book, this deck, because it's got these little things written here. But I think had it had a book, it would be listed under consider the options rather than, the C's. But, there are some that are, I don't have any here that are numbered that, well, maybe. these Wisdom of the Hidden Realms, but I think they're numbered.
Yes.
But I think that when they're in the book, it's not the
Right. Like here in this deck, the Shaman's Dream. Okay. This one's numbered 55. Okay. Well, there is no 55 in a tarot deck because they're just all numbered 1 through however many cards the creator put in the deck. Sometimes I will look at the number and say, that's a 10. Where does that actually meet up, with anything? But, and then other times I'm like, yeah, no, that doesn't really correlate or correspond. They're just giving you a way to find a card.
Yeah.
But, one of the things that Brigitte and I have done, and she's done it, matter of fact, I think we did it on one of the shows, you can use your oracle cards with tarot spreads, okay? You just got to be able to interpret the cards. Again, the importance of what was the question in that spread, and how does that oracle card correlate to that question? If it's a challenge, it's a challenge. Might be everything's coming up rainbows with unicorns flying out the butt. But if it's a challenge, that means that's your challenge, being happy, something like that. So it all runs the same. And what I like about oracle cards is sometimes it breaks the mundane, the monotony of the tarot cards, and actually sets your brain to free thinking. You've got new artwork to look at, different things or whatnot. So what do you think on that, Brigitte?
I use my tarot cards a lot as sometimes I'll use them to clarify if I'm doing a reading for somebody. And a lot of times, I'll pull them at the end of a reading just to see if there's any added message or, if there's just any little extra advice, It just depends. This is going to be full transparency. This will be the first time I'm using them without tarot cards.
Okay.
Questions. Because last time we did it, you had the tarot cards.
That's
and
correct.
I had the oracle cards. And so we kind of volleyed off each other. So I'm not sure,
Right.
I'm just not sure.
We're going to see what happens. Let's try it. And we'll find out. So Cynthia's got the question, if possible, can you please tell me how next week is going to go? She's going on vacation. So I will use the Shaman's Dream. I'll pull 2 cards. Okay. You can use whichever deck you want to use and see if we can't come up with a general vibe for Cynthia about how next week's going to go for her.
I'm going to use my fairy oracles because
Fairy oracle.
I love my fairies.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do. Brigitte is all about the fairies. Let me tell you.
Fairies and dragonflies.
Yeah, there you go. All right. So here we go. I'm going to go ahead and bring my card. Bring it up. I'll do a card. You do a card. Maybe we'll piecemeal it that way. What do you think?
Sure.
Okay. All right. So out of the Shaman's Dream. Wow. Okay. What we've got here, Cynthia, is a card called the Dragon's Hoard. I love the artwork in these decks. And this is, again, another Colette Baron Reed. But she co-wrote this deck with Alberto Villoldo or whatnot. But it's called the Shaman's Dream, if you want to find out and take a look. And what we have here is it says, protecting the future. What I'm really picking up is you need this vacation. All right. It's going to help you, but you've got to go unwind, let some things go. That's how you're going to become at ease and drop some things down. That the protecting the future for you is saying, I got to take time to go do the things I want to do and be alone and be with myself and reconnect with your personal dragon spirit. A lot of people believe we all have a dragon spirit that follows us. So that's where I'm starting out. This is so far, it's looking pretty good and actually might be a recharge for you. Brigitte?
Yeah, I got the celebration card.
Oh, okay.
And it says, "Get ready to let your hair down and celebrate. It's time to go out to dance and play, and an invitation could be on the way."
There you go. So I think that answers it right there. That's pretty good with the protecting the future, everything else. So you need the recharge. It's going to help you. And Bridget's card is just, yeah, go let your hair down a little bit. Okay. Relax, chill, stop worrying about it and go recharge. Now, here's what we're going to do. I'm going to bring this up. I'm going to see if I can read it, but I have already shuffled for you, Cynthia, and I'm going to be looking over here because it blows it up. But here is your postcard from Spirit. Dearest you, dearest Cindy, we know everything in the universe is perfect, even in its flaws. Think about that statement for a little bit. And we view the creation of Spirit in total awe. All is unique, yet part of a unity of existence. But the human experience is a little different from ours. You tend to have a specific standard for what you consider ideal. And this isn't serving you right now. So forget your idea of perfection and see through our eyes, allowing things to be as they are without judgment. Don't wait until a perfect moment or mood to start something. Instead, enter life with all its flossomness. I love that word, flossomness. Okay. You are exactly where you're supposed to be. Let others be, let others be who they are too, imperfect and human, complex or simple. It doesn't matter, for there is always something to discover, experience, and love. When you drop the need for an ideal, you uncover the real treasures, which will be far more interesting and valuable. Loving you like crazy. Wow. There's a lot to digest. Yeah, there's a lot to digest in that, in that statement, if you think about it. And folks, these cards are for everybody, but this one was directly, I pulled it for Cindy, but it doesn't mean you can't glean from it. And one of the problems that I deal with, whether I'm dealing with somebody on an actual therapeutic level, okay, is an expectation of whether it be at work. I expect this, I expect that. What you frame ideal, and meantime, there's life. Life doesn't care. Life's just going to move. Life's going to unfold. So what this is saying is go on vacation, but just enjoy it. Don't have an expectation of what you think is going to happen, what you're going to see, what you're going to do. Enjoy it. Make plans, of course. Do whatever. But just enjoy being on vacation.
Yep.
Bridget, you got anything to follow up with that?
Yeah, I have the Lost and Found card.
Oh, wow.
And it says, "What was once lost is about to be found, thanks to the Lost and Found fairy. Sometimes she can help us find things we've never even realized were lost." So, yeah, just enjoy it and keep an open mind,
That hits with that Dragon's Horde card I was just looking at. I've already slid it back in the deck, but about recharging, and everything. So that's great. Wow, fantastic. So there you have an idea of Oracle cards. That's our first go at them. We'll see what happens. Well, Bridget and I have used them a lot, but our first go at it on the show really with just full on Oracle cards.
Oracle cards, yeah.
So, Cynthia, I'll see you then. Okay. Looking forward to meeting you in person. But just chill, Cynthia. Relax, and have a good time. Okay. That's the big thing. All right. Wow. Bangarang. Okay. So here we go. I'm going to start shuffling. We've got Shar up. All right. I'm looking to find a little direction in my job search. Thank you so much. And folks, as always, if you would like a personal reading for me to go in detail, or Bridget to go in detail, you can reach Bridget at eyesofthedragonfly.com. You can reach me. All the links, everything down below. Just hit that little word that says more when you start reading the description, and you'll see all my links. Everything else is there or whatnot. So, and Shar, just Monday night, I did a thing about finding a spread, a tarot spread for finding direction, but we can ask the same question and let's see what's going on there. So Shar needs some direction in her job search, what she needs to do, where she needs to go, and let's see what Spirit's got. Man, all of a sudden I just got like I think I'm getting a huge download, Bridget. My ears are ringing and everything else.
Oh yeah.
Ooh, yeah, I'm actually breaking out in sweat.
I'm curious to see what you're gonna pull.
Yeah, I am too. So I got to go back to the Shaman's Dream. I was going to grab the Metatron, Archangel Metatron Oracle deck, but I'm going to go right here to the Shaman's Dream, and we are going to. I got to do this.
I got the Healing Energy Oracle.
Okay.
And I've got a card for sure. It's
go right ahead.
It's Elevation, and this is what it looks like. I'm having camera issues, guys, so I really apologize. I don't know what's going on with my stuff. So if I look weird or it's not normal, I apologize. It says, I free myself from fear and trust the universe. I direct my thoughts to the beauty inside and around me. I use my spiritual strengths and knowledge to create light, and I rise above all doubt. So I think that the direction in your job search is, with regard to this message, is that you need to put a little more confidence in yourself and bring yourself up instead of maybe trying to compare yourself to what you think the job market is or that sort of thing. And also apply for things that you normally wouldn't apply for. You might be surprised.
Wow. Okay. Wow. That you just said that. Well, I got to show you the card I just pulled from the Shaman's Dream. Something kept telling me to keep pulling cards. And wow, you just hit this one head on. So that's really cool. It's Falling Angel, Spiritual Narcolepsy. Okay. And that's like complacency. You're staying within your comfort zone in jobs that you're putting in for or whatnot. Don't be afraid to try for something new. Wake up. Take a whole new look. Get somebody that doesn't even know you to look at your resume. But it's time to get outside, shake it up, shake your body around, take a cold shower, okay? And sit down and say, okay, I'm going at this from, a complete start over. That's one of the things I'm getting. I had a card that was like I had to pick the deck up 2 or 3 times, and this card kept sticking to the table. And this was closing door, completion. What I'm seeing is you need to go about this one as if you're getting the job. Okay. This is your job. You're going to be able to complete something. If you're worried about something from the past, close the door on it. And then finally, what these cards that came out was the Galactic Mushroom. I love this card. Okay. The Divine Matrix. All things are connected is what this card is saying. Okay. The energy, remember, it's where you're focusing what you're doing. If you get tunnel vision on this job, you're not going to see your periphery, which could be other jobs that might lead into something completely new. That's
awesome.
Yeah.
I too had more than 2 cards.
Okay.
A couple cards fell out while I was shuffling earlier. This one is depleted.
Wow.
And it talks about, it says you're overgiving and not taking enough time to reset and rejuvenate. Reevaluate your relationships and commitments, or you may soon risk your health deteriorating in some way. So, yeah, maybe try and move in a different direction for sure, because something you're doing is affecting you. It's going to start affecting you physically. And then this thing is gratitude. And it says, there's always something to be grateful for, even in the darkest of situations. Now is the time to recognize what is going well in your life and what you are thankful for. So I think they all tie in. They all come together pretty well. You got to give yourself a break, I think.
Yeah. Here's her postcard. This, and I was just reading portion of it. This is really kind of interesting. Okay. Dearest you. So we're going to say, dear Shar, okay, we're a chatty bunch over here, always talking about how to support you in your life's journey. We communicate to you through the language of oracles, dreams, signs, metaphors, and omens. In your life on earth, however, clarity in your communication is essential to be understood. Now, you don't speak in symbols, and if you did, you would definitely confuse things. Right now, you're facing a situation in which you're being asked to have integrity, be clear, and learn how to ask for your needs to be met. Wow, is this like not spot on or what? I'm getting the tremble here. The first step is to admit out loud that you have needs. The second is to ask out loud. Now, how we're always telling people, talk, be out loud, let it be known that you out loud for them to be met. And the third is to allow the other person, organization, or even us to answer you. When you follow these steps, you can most definitely expect an answer. In your favor, affirmative, we say. Loving you so very much. Wow, that's powerful.
Right?
You know? So there we go. And guys, it's a pile of cards here. So if it fits your need, that's what it's taken. But Shar, again, know what you're wanting, verbalize it, say it, see what's happening. But I loved how it said it particularly addressed your communication. And here is what came to me in that. All right. Double check your resume. And remember, we're in a new world of technology. Gone are the days of having a resume that we can put out, a general resume for everything, because people around the world are applying for your job. Okay. And I'm telling you, Spirit gave this to me, and I've helped other people with this, but it just hit me like a ton of bricks when you're asking about direction for your job search. All right. Each job, you may have a general outline of your resume, but what I want you to do is take words that just because they mean the same thing, you replace them with the exact verbiage of whatever's in the job posting. Because here's what a lot of people don't understand. And Sharp, I'm preaching and not to you, but somebody needs this, okay? And looking for a job, all right? When a resume goes in to Indeed, any of the other ones, Glass Ceiling, any of the biggies, okay? What an employer pays them to do is for AI to look at it and find their keywords. The higher amount of matches in that keyword is what AI sends to somebody as a possible match. All the others, and they give it a threshold. If you're using customer service, but they're talking about a customer event specialist, you need to change your resume to custom event specialist to match it. Change your old job descriptions or titles, as long as you're not lying about it, okay? But make sure that that's where this communication thing hit me huge, okay? And I think you might see a difference, okay? So I don't know if I've gone off the deep end, y'all let me know, But that's what I got picked up. So,
Yeah, definitely. Definitely the message was to reach for something different, for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Oh, broaden your horizons. Take a look around and see what's going on. Yep. So bang, girl. It's good to see you back. Glad you popped in. And don't be a stranger. Things are growing. We're moving. Things are happening. So there we go. Hey, everybody, if you're new, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button. We don't ask for a lot. There's donation buttons down below if you want, but it's not required. Just do me a favor. Hit that subscribe button, hit the like button. And what I need everybody to do is just share it to one spot. one social media thing. Share it to an email to somebody else or whatnot. That will help both Brigitte and myself in this. So thank you. And I'm going to share I'm on TikTok. Bridget's on TikTok. Okay.
Instagram.
Oh, Instagram. You're on Instagram. Okay. I'm on TikTok and Instagram. And I got active in there, and we have now popped the TikTok is over 1,000 followers. So come check that out. Okay. Yeah. We are growing. Things are growing, and it's going to be good. So come be a part, and you can always check me out there. Okay. And then for more detail, you pop in here. Donna, can I ask how the month of September will be for me? Thank you both. Absolutely. So I'm going to start shuffling postcards. All right. Let's see what's going on.
I've already picked one fairy card if you want me to do it.
Go right ahead.
It's Flourish.
Oh.
Right. And there's the cute little fairy. And she says, the lotus flower fairy tells you to learn from experience and shed your inner light on any unclear areas of your life or those of others. So I think your September, for me, the message based on this card is that it's going to be some introspection. You're going to be probably reevaluating, looking at some stuff, maybe making some readjusting. I don't think there's going to be huge changes, but just tweaking and making changes that suit your lifestyle a little better, or maybe the lifestyle for your family.
Absolutely. And if you think about it, September is a 9. Okay. So we have a 9 for the month of September, and then we have a 9 for the year 2025. All right. When you bring those together, we have an 18. 1, new beginnings, looking at you as the individual, but the 8 is about learning or teaching something new and movement, forward movement. But you bring that 1 and 8 together, it's a 9 again. So we're looking at 9, 9, and then it culminates in a 9. So 3 9s, that's pretty cool. And then when you go 3 times 9, 27, 2 and 7, you got a 9. So 9's pretty strong number for people coming up in September. So what is a 9? I want everybody to remember 9 talks about it's time to manifest, and the energy is coming around to bring things into fruition, to actually manifest things and begin the manifestation process of things you've already put in order or into motion. That would be a better term. Did that make sense, Brigitte?
Yes.
So, all right. So now I have gone to the Archangel Metatron, and this is the Self-Mastery Oracle deck. All right. And we're going to take a look. Donna. So I've got there, and let's go here. Oh, look at there. Wow. What'd you talk about? Introspection, Bridget? Introspection?
Yeah, reevaluation.
Looky here.
Oh, that's
New Dawn. Welcome back. Okay. It is time to shed old stuff. It is time to take a look and say, what can I do to move forward? How can I make my dreams come true? How can I make things happen? The old is the old. The night is gone. The day is breaking. It's a new day. There's a new path. So Donna, that's very strong about what you're asking for September. About you go at this month, forget last month ever happened. All right. This is a new chance for you. These are new things that are happening. September is going to come up. And if you walk the path you're supposed to be walking, you're going to be able to make some awesome things happen for you. All right. So that's pretty cool. And do you have another card?
I do. I pulled the Eagle King from the Wisdom of the Hidden Realms. And written on here it says the big picture and angelic help. And so this card talks about for you to see the bigger picture, the higher purpose, and not be in the explanation, because I was reading it while Rob was talking. It says, you have to be able to see the forest for the trees. And if you can't, then you need to step further back and try and take a broader look at the picture. And if you're still unable to do it, then you should be turning to somebody who you know is more observant, who can go ahead and sort of show you what you're not seeing.
Exactly.
So yeah, definitely. Yeah, I mean, there's definitely something in September that you should be working on. And
I agree. And man, check this card out. This is really cool. All right. Wow. Yeah. I'm going to turn it this way. All right. It's 40. 4 is establishing a new base. All right. If I'm looking at the numbers on this, because these seem to fit a little bit. Birthing the new. So, Donna, you've gotten the new dawn, birthing the new. Okay. It is. This is something. It's time for you to hit the reset button, jump out. If you haven't been getting the full value of life, now is the time. Now is the time to expand your boundaries, move things out, run naked through the sprinklers if you can do it in private. And if you don't care and you want to do it out in public, go right ahead. Just don't use my name when you're trying to get out of jail. It's one of those things. No, but let that inner person out. Let that inner child out, okay? And you're fixing to see life. If you will do this, you will see life. It's almost like the 20 card, the judgment card, taking that next step and coming and looking at things from a complete new realm. Like Brigitte said, can't see, you haven't gotten there yet. Back up, ask for help. But you need to see the world from a whole different perspective and things that are happening for you. So, I mean, that's great.
Like Hangman and Tarot, right? Flip yourself upside down and look at it a new way.
Yeah, exactly. So, Donna, here is your message from Spirit, your postcard from Spirit. There are times in life when taking a risk is better left for another day. Okay. Other times are perfect for taking that leap, no matter how dangerous it might seem. Well, hold on to your parachute strings, for today is leap time. Wow.
We couldn't do that. If we looked through every one of the cards and tried to pick it, we couldn't do that.
No, we couldn't realize that no matter what, we will not let you fall down, get lost, or hurt yourself in any way on this one. Even if it may feel like you are in free fall, we are here for you, and you can stop freaking out about getting hurt and relax into this transition to something new. Holy crap, a duck just walked across my grave. All right, that's a Southern thing. All right, all the elements are in place, and your soul is ready for a new experience. No matter, this is crazy.
I'm telling you.
Crazy. Donna, you better be paying attention. No matter what you're asking about, it's time to take the risk and do that thing that scares you. No matter what happens, you will land softly, right on target. Don't worry about the outcome. Spirit's got that covered. It's taking the leap itself. That's the point. We love your courage. Embrace it. Wow, I have chills. Donna, if if Spirit wasn't here giving you that message directly, I don't know what it was.
Right.
Okay? Because this is just crazy. All right.
We could not have done that. We could not have orchestrated it like that if we wanted
not
to.
At all. And think about it. I even switched decks for Donna.
Right.
I was like, something said go for the other deck. So this is Spirit working. Why do I keep clicking the wrong button? This is Spirit. This is how Spirit works. But you know how we always say manifesting requires action? What this card said was it's taking the leap itself.
Right.
That's the point. You have to go for it. Let Spirit carry you, and put your trust in Spirit, put your trust in God, put your trust in the Mother, the cosmos, the all. If you do that and go in it, man, Spirit's got you back.
Right.
Okay.
You can't win lotto if you don't buy the ticket, right?
That's right. That's right. You can't. So there you go. I'm not going to dwell on that one anymore. That was really cool.
Yeah, that was neat. Like that'll
That was really
quite
cool.
nicely.
Yeah. So, all right. Utter chaos times 4. Can I ask if I'll find my person love again? You know what? Anybody can find love. Do you love yourself again? All right. I got to start with that. And Bridget, you've got some love-based oracle cards, right?
I do. I have the romance angel cards.
There you go.
Doreen Virtue deck back in the day. They were all the rage.
Oh, yeah, they were.
I got the free yourself card, and it says it's time to take back control of your life. So I take that, and I say this with all the love of my heart, to say, get your S together first, and then you'll find your person and some love again. But right now, there's some stuff I think that you've got to deal with, that you need to work on, that that you need to address before that's going to happen. So like Rob said, what are you doing to go ahead and sort of clean up from the last mess, right?
Exactly. And that's what I'm getting, is it's more of a communication within and of yourself. I'm going to go here. I pulled that card. I was drawn to it. We'll see what happens here. What we got is communication. Speak up and be heard. All right. You've got to go to where the people are. All right. What are you doing to be heard? What are you doing to be seen? Now, I'm not talking about running around naked in the sprinklers. Okay. But what I'm talking about here is, for you, we have a message closed up in a bottle. All right. And I want you to think about this. This is all emotion. This is where love resides and everything else. And that bottle came to shore. And I'm getting this. So the message is to you. What are you doing to bring love back into your life? And I'm not talking about swiping left, swiping right, being on eHarmony or any of the other stuff. I'm talking about, what are you doing? Make sure you love yourself again. All right. Once you are happy, and it's hard for people to understand. All right. But Bridget knows I believe this with all my heart. My wife knows I believe this with all my heart. Once you become happy within and of yourself, you stop looking for somebody else to make you happy. And you know what? Then Spirit can bring that type of person into you, because you're going to accent each other's love. You're going to accent each other's happiness and not be codependent on each other for happiness. So the communication, communicate with yourself. Wait a minute. Why is somebody so important? You know what? We're social creatures. We're meant to be out there. We're meant to love. We're meant to, if you take scriptural aspect, be fruitful and multiply. Okay. There are some people, they need to ask my permission first. No, they won't be allowed. It's one of those things. When I'm emperor, you're going to have to check in with me before you're allowed to breed. It's one of those things, though, that what I'm trying to get at in my silliness is, look at the shell. Stop and listen. Nobody can hear the ocean in that shell except the person that puts it up to their ear. You have to be ready to look, listen, and again, put yourself out there. Then on top of that, I was going to go ahead and pull another one. Do you have a second one pulled already, Bridget?
I have a couple actually, but
go ahead. I'll bring this
I just
out.
want to say that looking at your card, all I keep hearing in my head is the Police song, "Message in a Bottle." I'm sending out an SOS.
Yeah.
But so I pulled one of these energy healing oracles also, and it's called what came out was acceptance, and the words on it say, "I accept every step that life presents me without resistance. I try to find out what the universe is trying to teach me so that I can grow. Thus, I advance in freedom on the path of light." So, wow. Again, introspection, accept yourself for who you are, love yourself, and you'll find your partner.
Check this out. Okay. Wow. Okay. Spirits on the move. 25, passion, love for life.
Yeah.
You've got to, if you're not enjoying your life, if you're not loving where you're at and what's going on, you got to fix that first. Okay. But it's saying, Spirit is here saying, oh, we want to bring you somebody. Okay. But you've got to find that fire. You've got to find that passion. Okay. In order for this to ignite and turn into this beautiful flame. You are absolutely entitled to it. You deserve it. And what's funny is I pulled another card here, and at the same point, I got this crown games. I was like, I don't know if I understand that, but right use of power. You got to know your worth. What do you find valuable? What are you looking for in love? And once you get all that around right, man, you got this thing whipped. You got it whipped. It's all going to be great. So,
yeah, I think that's, I think definitely a little bit of self-love.
Yeah, exactly. All right. Dear Utter Chaos times 4, uncertainty is the new normal for the whole world. Wow. Think about that. Okay. Things are changing at a rapid pace, and this deck is older. Bridget gave me this, 5-6 years ago? This one, if not longer?
Yeah, it may have been
more like 10.
No, it wasn't that long. I think it was like around COVID time.
Okay. All right. But so think about what's going on. Wow. Even for that to come out here. All right. And the old way we once trusted are no longer reliable. But leaving the familiar behind can be a good thing. When you are pushed to step into the unknown, you are pulled forward into discovering new possibilities that have been hidden in plain sight. That's telling me you got to put yourself out there. You got to check some things. And there might be somebody closer to you already than what you know that you've been overlooking.
That's exactly what I was just thinking.
Yeah. Check in with your higher power. Your soul knows better than your small self. Have faith in the support of a higher power and the infinite potential for your life. Right now, the advice we have for you is this: try something new. Do something different. Go bold. Go to where the people are. Well, I don't want to go by myself or whatnot. You know what? Then you're not going to meet people, okay? Except a lot of the fraudulent crap that's on the internet. You got to go put yourself out there, okay? Right now, the evidence we have for you is this: try something new, do something different. You won't know how it feels, what it looks like, or what the outcome will be if you do not take that first step into the unknown and experience the unfamiliarity. Wow, that's so wild. What's everything we've been talking about tonight?
Right.
You'll be so glad you did, because the treasure will appear. We're so proud of you for being brave. You are so loved and so supported. Wow. Bangarang. Holy crow. That's pretty potent.
That is pretty potent. And I just only because this just popped into my head while you were talking.
Go right ahead.
I don't know why I'm saying this for you, Utter Chaos specifically, but here in Orlando, we have something called the Silent Book Club. And we'll all meet in a place, whether it's a bar or someplace, and you bring your book, and all you do for 2 hours is sit and read your book, and you can bring a friend with you or whatever. There's no obligation to interact with anybody. You're not obligated to talk to people. And for me, because I am, believe it or not,
here it comes.
I will, Rob, you know it. If I don't know you, I will just sit there and smile and nod and ha ha ha, you know. But I am not one to walk up to somebody and be like, "Hey, I'm Bridget. How you doing? Nice to meet you. Great. What are you doing here? What brings you?" Not me. I'd be in the corner reading my book. But after you go a couple of times and there's those familiar faces, then you get the, "Hey, how you doing? Hey, how was your week? Hey," because it's just once a week. So I don't know why that came to me for you in particular, but it just dropped in my head. Hey, maybe something like that around by where you're at. And then there's no obligation to talk to people. You just go and read your book, have a beer or a glass of wine or a soda or whatever, and read for 2 hours. Worst case scenario, you have 2 hours a week to read your book.
Exactly. But in Rob E's, and Bridget's heard me say this before, you got to be where the people are.
Yes.
It's just that simple. And a lot of time, we've all been ingrained. We don't like to go out to eat by ourselves. We don't like to go to a movie by ourselves. Things like that. And if you do, park under a light. Make sure you're being safe. But it's that unfamiliar step that Spirit was telling you in the card that you've got to take and break into the unfamiliar. I always tell people, if you're doing like Bridget's with the books, she loves to read, okay? Books put me to sleep. I have to do, books on tape and all that kind of stuff, all right? But if you're out doing what you enjoy doing, you will meet somebody doing what you enjoy doing, not having to learn to enjoy what somebody does that you just met because you're trying to get to know each other. Just that simple. I always use bowling as a go-to because they have the best handicap leagues. I don't care. Gillian's been in them. Okay. You could be the crappiest bowler on the planet. Okay. And we had an older gentleman on our team that had to walk up with the cane and throw the ball. Everything's handicapped. It doesn't matter.
Right.
Sometimes teams are looking for somebody that bowls like crap. Okay. Because they need your handicap. They're not looking for you to go out and be a 200, 220 player, okay? But be around people. Because very seldom were we ever on teams where we didn't at least meet one or two people out of 50 that we found out we were laughing at the same things, joking about the same stuff, pointing at each other going, you too, okay, that unfamiliarity. And Bridget, I appreciate you saying that because I think I really feel that was the drill home of get out of the house.
Right.
So yeah, listen to Bridget. And if Bridget will go do that, anybody can go do it.
Dude, It's a silent book club. I don't have to. If I don't want to talk to anybody, I don't have to.
Yeah. So
I love that. I have no obligation to be social whatsoever.
Wow. Okay. Well, that's cool. That's cool. I've never heard of that, but that's something kind of cool. Just give people a safe place to come sit and read and at least pick up vibes from other people. That's really cool.
For introverted people, that's a big deal, where there's no pressure to have to, not like a mixer where the expectation is you walk around and so don't get me going, but
I hear you. So speed dating's not for you, is it?
Listen, dating's not for me. This Bruce is like, it's been 25 years. That's it. He's it. When one of us, that's it. We both say when one of us dies, that's it. We're not doing it again. We're done.
Gotcha. All right. I'm not intentionally messing your name up, but we're going to say Ruxar. I'm just going to leave it there. Okay. New subscriber. Thank you very much. We appreciate it. Is there any chance? Now, here's what I want you to understand. I'm going to hit you. It's tarot with an attitude. Okay. Yes, there's a chance. There's always a chance. Okay. But what you have to ask yourself, now this is an old man trying to give you a piece of old man advice with 3 boys and helped raise 2 other ones. Okay. You need to understand, if you're in fear of him coming back, you don't belong there anyways. Because you don't have the trust in her to say no. Or you realize she hasn't fully broken that connection herself. So that's without pulling a card. That's anything. That came to me very heavy while I was starting to read your question. All right. And I want you to just stop and digest what I'm saying for a minute. We're going to pull some cards for you. Okay. But I think this is going to be more of a, what do you need to know about being in this relationship? Would you agree with that, Bridget?
Yeah, probably.
Because, yeah, there's always a chance, but you can't live your life. If you're going to live your life in fear of somebody else coming in, guess what? There's going to be somebody else good looking down the road. Okay. They can't all be as lucky as my wife to have me. You can't. Okay. It's just not possible. So some other with money, with a personality, with something, we're going to find people we're attracted to. What you have to do is find that person that loves you and you love them, so you don't have to worry about it. Oh, look all you want. Okay. Go right ahead, because I know where you're coming home to. All right. But if that's a fear for you, you need to take a deep, in-depth look inside at this relationship as a whole. So let's get this thing started. Okay.
Right.
Man, I'm being told to pull this deck again.
So while you were talking, I pulled an healing energy oracle.
Yep.
And it
in God's hands.
In God's hands, right? So it says, my trust in life is implicit. God's greater knowing and greatest love guide my heart and my choices. My faith is steady and I remain true to my light. Everything unfolds according to God's will. So basically what it's saying is, whether the ex-boyfriend comes back or not, it is as it should be, right? Everything happens according to the universe's will. They say God on here. I say the universe, whatever,
right.
Spirit. But so if he comes back, the question I think you should be asking is, what are you going to do? I mean, you know what I mean? Like, what are you going to do if he comes back? Because if you're worried that the ex-boyfriend is going to come back and take your current love interest or girlfriend, then your faith in that person is not strong at all. And the
love isn't strong.
You don't believe that. You don't think they're going to stick around anyway. So why not just, if an ex-boyfriend coming, look, like I just said, 25 years. Do you know how many exes have come traipsing across the path in 25 years? Especially with social media. If I was worried every time somebody messaged Bruce, I'd never live my life. You know what I mean? I'd be miserable in a ball.
Especially not Bruce, because he doesn't know anybody that's not a friend.
Right.
He's so gregarious and outgoing and accepting.
He talks to everybody. Everybody.
I'm so glad I'm not like that.
Oh, no, not you.
Not at all.
It's that Gillian who never shuts up, though.
I know, really. Oh, my God.
But
she keeps bringing strangers in, It's one of those things. So, yeah.
But, yeah, that's kind of where I'm at with it. Whether, they're either going to come back or they're not. And if they do, what are you going to do about it? Do you have enough faith in your relationship that it'll stand a revisit?
Right. Exactly. And that's, the cards I just got, I'm looking for his postcard right now, or I'm just shuffling. All right. This is Spirit just confirmed everything we just said. So, Ruxar, listen carefully. We have the covenant. This talks about conflict being up top, and it says sacred contract. Love and a relationship on the deeper level requires a contract, but it requires a covenant between you and this person. If you don't trust it, if you're already worried about being displaced by somebody else, look at what we've got here. Bridget's going to love this card with the fairies on it. Woo-hoo. Gathering around the power of community. And what this is going together to tell me, all right, is, guess what? There's always going to be somebody coming around. And if you're threatened by anybody taking that presence, by anybody taking that place, this relationship's not for you to begin with, you know? And that's going to be one of the big things. Now, here we go. I see we have another question coming in. That might be the last one. Let's see. We're going to do Ruxar's postcard. So here we go. Dearest you have a unique purpose and destiny that only you can fulfill. But first, you need to know that destiny isn't a destination. You don't arrive at some special place where, poof, you're perfect and happy all the time. Now, this fits for you. You've got to think about it and digest it, okay? It's about establishing and firming up a commitment to a certain experience, whatever and form that takes. And for you, it's love. For you, it's relationship, okay? Your soul knows what you need to experience. Your destiny is to be present to all of life's adventures, to discover your talents and full potential through allowing inspiration to lead you, and to risk standing apart from the crowd to listen to your soul. If you are special, or you are special as much as you are also, which is also saying you got to have faith in yourself and who you are. If you don't value yourself, how is she going to value you? Okay. Paradoxically, one with the world individual, yet part of a great whole. Both truths have led you to this moment where we are saying you are on the right track, even if your ego self doesn't see that. Listen to your soul. Check in with your spirit. Keep going. Spirit loves you. Life loves you. We love you. All right? Wow. Bang right. Woo-hoo! There you go. Okay. So let me get some cards put up. Everybody, make sure Monday night, 8:30, we will be back. I'll be doing readings on Monday night at 8:30. Come on back. Don't know if I'll be using Oracle cards, what I'm going to do. We're going to be doing something different all the time. I'm tired of doing the same old thing over and over again. I like it. Yeah, you know, familiarity breeds contempt, even with spirit. That's one of those things. So let me see. I thought there was a question up here. Maybe I missed it or whatnot. So Gillian, you can go ahead and take that one down or whatnot. And so we are at, wow, it's been an hour, Bridget.
It's been an hour. Yeah, this one was
quick. It has been an hour, you know. So that's what we're doing. So Gillian, I want to double check. Is there any other one that I need to check, or are we good to, you can just give me a thumbs up in your monitor if we're good to go. Okay, we're good to go. Okay. All right. So Monday night, 8:30, Wednesday night, 8:30. We are here each time. I will be on by myself unless Bridget decides she wants to just come join me on a Monday night. But her Mondays and Tuesdays are pretty swamped. So, we'll be here. Come find out, see what's going on. Check both of us out on Instagram, Eyes of the Dragonfly, Tarot with an Attitude. Check me out on TikTok, okay? Tarot with an Attitude. You can check it out and see what's going on there. But you know what, Bridget, you got anything else?
No, I think I'm good. I'm on Facebook too. That's about it. And if you go to eyesofthedragonfly.com, you can book a reading with me if you want.
Very good. Oh, And if you want both of us, just send either one of us an email. We'll work it out and we'll do it together. Okay.
Figure it out.
And we've done that before. So, here's the point of all of this tonight. Okay. Take what you want. Leave, discard anything that you don't like from what you heard tonight. It doesn't matter. We're not doing this for a popularity contest. Okay. We're giving people insight into looking at something new. All right. So take what you want. Whatever you don't agree with, let it go. Don't worry about it. Okay. No hard feelings here, but leave at least having experienced and seen some peace, love, and light. Bang,
Bang, rang.